The topic that's been announced and has been floating around in flyers is Imam Hussain is the embodiment of resistance. What's called maqawimat in Islam. And to understand this topic of resistance and resiliency in Islam, I want to make sure that today we establish things through the Quran and the Seerah of the Ahl Bayt to understand the importance of the concept of resistance. Because we will attempt to prove the fact that in Islam, resistance equals victory. The more you resist, the more of a victor you are. Whether that means you've lost your family, whether that means that your home is in shambles, whether it means that they have destroyed your country. If you've resisted that movement and you're standing after that attack, then you are victorious. Equally inside of us, when we resist shaitan inside of us, now shaitan will attack, shaitan will bruise us, he'll scar us, he'll move us from where we are, he'll cause us to trip and stumble, we'll have bad moments, bad months, bad weeks, and all of this is there. But at the end of the day, when we are entering into our grave, if we have resisted the force of shaitan, we will be victorious. Organizations across the world, and before I enter this conversation, it's not a popular one and we're not here to make friends. Let me also make one point clear to you from my standpoint, from this point to all of you. This member, the word member itself, comes from nabara in Arabic. Nabara means bulandi, elevation. The member becomes a wasila of that elevation, a tool of that elevation. And so the job, quote unquote, of the individual who is sitting on this member is not always to say things that the people want to hear. It's important to give them what they need to hear. Sometimes wants and needs are great, that's when the alim is very happy. Sometimes the wants and needs are complete polar opposites. And that's when we have to make a choice, people who sit on this minbar. Either we're here to please you, or we're here to please our Creator. Either we can do both at the same time, alhamdulillah, or we make a very difficult decision. And I choose to please my Creator, knowing full well that nobody really here will be upset with me. However, if there are 100 people in this hall, and you're spending 3 hours a day coming here, that's 300 hours every single night across 10 nights is 3,000 hours, if my math is correct. Those 3,000 hours you won't be asked about, I'll be asked about. And so it's not a popularity contest. There are organizations out there today that spend millions and millions of dollars trying to introduce the world to Imam Hussain. Please understand me very carefully. And this whole obsession, it's a great obsession that we've had for centuries, and understanding the falsafa of Karbala, for example, the philosophy of Karbala. What is this mission? Why did he do what he did? And now, who is this Imam Hussain? And in this dawn, in this era of social media, whenever there is a small event on this very philosophy, you can see it in this corner, and that corner, and this corner, and that corner, and that's great, that's fantastic. Work is being done. Volunteers are coming forward. But the thing that I fear personally is that in all of this, the true definition of who is Hussain is getting lost. In an attempt sometimes to soften the approach of Karbala, in an attempt sometimes to please individuals who may not be pleased with us, in an attempt sometimes, like I said, to assimilate in societies, we sacrifice the true essence of Imam Hussein's mission. We reduce him to teddy bears, to roses, to hot chocolate on a cold winter day. And in the process, what we end up doing is that we take such a brilliant mission like Imam Hussein's and we equal it or equate it to that of the likes of Gandhi and Dr. King and the Pope and Mother Teresa and Malcolm X. And while all of these are great revolutionaries, there's no comparison to Imam Hussain. If the tragedy in the land of Karbala is the only piece of earth on this planet that is equal to heaven, and I don't think there's anybody in this room who doubts that. Ulama have said time and time again, if there's heaven on earth, then heaven resides in Karbala. If there is no day like that of Imam Hussain, and these are not my words, when he's sitting there beside his brother Imam Mujtaba alayhi salatu wassalam, during the final days of Imam Mujtaba's life, and all of you are very, very well aware of what halat and what state our second Imam was in, the poison was so bad he was throwing up his own liver. Naturally, a brother sees another brother, he begins to cry. Imam Hussain begins to cry. Imam Mujtaba stops his tears and says, Hussain, la yawmaka yawmaka Aba Abdullah. Today is very hard for you, no doubt, but there is no day like your day, Imam Hussain.